Good evening, everyone! Welcome back once again to Vicious Rants. And of course, I am your host, your YouTube sign off and imitated, never duplicated superstar Tim Vicious. And gonna go over Survivor Series as we was in Brooklyn, New York. Now, before we do get into that, though, got some bad news to go over. First off, it was announced like the weekend leading into the pay-per-view. There were more budget cuts. They let out all of Hit Row, Tegan Knox, Jackson Riker, which, well, nobody gives a shit about Jackson Riker. Bye-bye, Gunner. Bye-bye, Hulk Hogan Jr. Nobody gives two shits on you. You know, and they let John Morrison go, and it sucks. No matter how you slice it, it sucks when you get let go from a job. Whether it's a dream job or a job you just took just because, you know what, I needed a steady paycheck. It sucks, no matter how you break it down. But a lot of these talents, they all know on how to make themselves. They all know on how to land face up when shit hits the fan. So honestly, I'm hoping for nothing but the best for all of them. And now on the other sad note, for all those that do watch this regularly, if you notice, next couple weeks, I may be a little more off-kilter than I normally am. No, it's not because Wade switched out my heart pills with Viagra again. It's because recently I had to go and get it tested, and I popped a positive for COVID, so if I seem a little off, I apologize to you all on that. It's been real energy and stamina draining on me, and instead of running at 100, I'm running at about 80 to 85, so bear with me. Now with that said, now let's get into this week's show, Survivor Series, Brooklyn, New York, the pre-show match. Nakamura with Rick Boogs coming out, going against Damian Priest. Oh my god. Dude, I'm not sure which I enjoyed more. This match or Pat McAfee constantly sitting at commentary, throwing shade at Priest as being a Raw guy. And Pat McAfee fucking made the show, man. I'm not even talking just this match. I'm talking the entire show. Anytime he was calling a match, it was just like, oh, fuck. You know, as much as we all throw shit at Vince McMahon for stupid shit, and, you know, we've all done stupid shit, and we all deserve to have shit thrown at us for it, including Vince. One of probably the smarter things he's done in most recent years is let Pat McAfee be commentator on the main shows on SmackDown, because honest to God, it is such a breath of fresh air. Not just having an actual fan sit there and call the show. To sit there and actually explain it like, hey, I'm a huge fan of this, and I'm talking about it to other fans that are huge fans of this. Like that. And yeah, that's honestly what it is, plain and simple. That's on how it feels with Pat, and I absolutely fucking love it with that. With that said, though, this match, Nakamura and Priest, man, started out nice little mat and some chain action at the start. This had solid, good back and forth. I dug the shit out of it. Like once or twice, Boogs, he was shredding on the guitar to go and throw Priest off. You heard Priest at one point say, "Play that again, I'm gonna get you. This is your last warning." Just like, okay. Now, as great as the match was, it did result in a shitty kind of ending with a DQ because Boogs did play again, and then Priest got that look of, like, I call it the Ken Shamrock snapped look, because the look just reminds me of like when Ken Shamrock would have that look on his face where you'd hear Jim Ross say, "By God, he snapped! He snapped!" and all that jazz, and then start throwing suplexes or not let go of an ankle lock. But Priest, he snapped, snatched the guitar off Boogs, smashed it, hit Boogs in the face, and then hit Nakamura in the face with the guitar, with the broken piece of the guitar, and yeah, it's a little bit of a brawl afterwards, but in the end, Nakamura and Boogs walked away standing, and yeah. So Nakamura got the win, and SmackDown 1, Raw 0. So with that said, now let's get into this week. Let's get into the main show. See, like I said, I'm all sorts of off now because of this fucking shit. Charlotte Flair, Becky Lynch, and good God. Yeah, definitely needed the heart pills for this one. Okay, I'm gonna just say now, both girls with their outfits, it was like, Charlotte was like seeing like the one chick wearing the lacy Victoria's Secret shit, and then Becky Lynch was like in the PVC latex kink stuff, and I'm just looking like, okay, there is no wrong answer in this on who's got the better outfit, because good God. And yeah, I hope I can get a reprieve on a brain duster this week. I'm probably not, sorry. But either way, man, these two, man, they, good God. This I would probably dare say was the match of the fucking night. And this was just the starter of the main show. They went all out ballistic at each other at the start before the bell even rang. And then when it did, it was just straight pure fire. You know, back and forth non-stop with it. And oh my God, it was damn good. I fucking loved it. Both girls went for each other's finishers at one point. It was really good. Like I said, this was probably hands down match of the night. Match came to an end when Becky got the win because Charlotte, she had an Okada roll, was holding on to the ropes, ref caught it, got in Charlotte's business over it, then Becky countered it with another Okada roll, and as the ref's counting 1, 2, and then as the ref's counting on 2, then Becky leans over to grab the rope, so that way the ref doesn't catch it at the end, and then 3. So, while technically one could say, well, Tim, this is a roll-up finish, why aren't you mad, why aren't you flipping your lid and all that? This was a roll-up finish with a logical ending. So it made sense. So I'll allow it. So no flipping out this week on that. Now with that said, now it's time for the traditional 5-on-5 Men's Survivor Series. And yeah, it's just easier to talk about through the eliminations, and because honestly, you get some good action in there, but there was just a lot of it's just, you got 5 guys on one side, 5 guys on another. Honestly, I'd spend the entire time it takes to do one show to call this match if I broke it down. You had Bobby Lashley, Austin Theory, Finn Balor, Kevin Owens, and Seth Rollins for Raw going against King Woods, who looked rather naked without his royal crown, Jeff Hardy, Sheamus, Corbin, and Drew McIntyre. Now, Kevin was real persistent at the start, saying, no, I'll start. I want to show everyone I'm legit. I'm the good guy here. I'm good, you know? They're like, okay, alright, fine. So, bell rings, ding, ding, ding. Kevin rolls out the ring, walks off, count out. Owens is eliminated right at the start. Fucking perfect. That works great for him with his character and how he's currently going. Like he said, nobody wants to, it's almost like when you constantly get that rap of being the bad kid, and you're like, dude, no, I'm not. But everyone swears you are. You're like, you know what? Fuck it, fine. You want to say I'm the bad kid? Fuck it. I'm gonna show you I'm the bad kid. And then you go and you start doing all kinds of stupid shit just to get in trouble. Same thing right here with how Owens is acting. Like I said, I'm all for it, man. So, it was good action. There was a lot of good action. Balor wound up being the punching bag for a small little bit. And then Corbin, Corbin wound up getting knocked out. Then Woods was out. Drew and Bobby actually got a double count out because they both saw each other locked horns, and all I could think was, oh damn, ding ding ding. It's time for a death battle! And then they went at it ballistic with each other again. And they started brawling on the outside, to which it was a double count out. Then Finn was eliminated. Then Sheamus was eliminated. And then Theory got eliminated. And the match came to an end with Seth doing a curb stomp after countering a swanton from Jeff. But my God, the one-on-one between Seth and Jeff Hardy, that was really damn good. I'm hoping at some point down the line we could see something like that again in the near future. You know? I mean, I don't know how long Jeff has on his contract, but I honestly hope he renews and stays long enough for us to get Seth Rollins versus Jeff Hardy in some kind of long-term feud. But yeah, Seth got the win. Yeah. Next up, we got this was hands down this was a piss break. As good as this show was, a show is only as good as its last match. And this match right here, unfortunately, was a 25-man battle royal to commemorate The Rock's 25th anniversary. But wait, there's a twist. That was also sponsored by Pizza Hut. So, somebody had the brilliant idea of having a battle royal be sponsored by Pizza Hut for the pay-per-view that's in Brooklyn, New York. And New York is pretty much where fucking pizza got put on the fucking map. Trying to comprehend the reasoning here. That's like, good God, man, no. And besides, if anything, Pizza Hut, really? I mean, come on. Why don't you just grab a baseball and roll it around in dirt and then lick it? That's pretty much the same equivalent. Ugh. Anyways, as far as the Battle Royal goes, Omos was the breakout star of it. It really felt like it was more so just to make Omos stand out and show dominance. Now, it was cool seeing Omos going against General Aziz, Apollo Crews' big heavy, and at some point, I wouldn't mind seeing them two going at it one-on-one, but I doubt it's going to happen anytime soon. You don't want to put two giants in there, really, unless you gotta. Otherwise, it's going to look like two giant LJN figures just slamming each other like, and then it's just all sorts of ugly, like, fuck. But Omos got the win for the Battle Royal. Not much of a shocker. Next up, we got Usos versus Riddle and Randy Orton. And good God, this was a damn good match. Like I said, this was a damn good match. This is a damn good show. Aside from the Battle Royal, this show was really good. Honestly, if I was in charge of the card, like placement of each match, card-wise, I would have put the Battle Royal at the pre-show. Just for that reason. Because, like, okay, this is like a throwaway thing. We can give this to everyone for free. But I want people to pay money for these fucking matches. That kind of shit. But either way, Usos, Riddle, Orton, this was a damn good match. Riddle and Orton, they were leading at the start. Riddle was the punching bag. And then Randy wound up getting a hot tag in. Started going, and, not only that, Survivor Series was also Randy's, I believe it was 177th pay-per-view he has worked since signing with WWE. Excuse me. So he is now in the record books for competing in the most pay-per-view matches in company history. And the next time he has a match on Monday Night Raw, he will have the most matches on a Monday Night Raw in Monday Night Raw history as well. So, golf clap, golf clap. Damn good. Congratulations on that, but as far as this match goes, Randy got the hot tag in, started going pretty good. Riddle caught his breath, came back in, started working again. Riddle wound up becoming a punching bag again. The one little thing I did notice, and it was just an observation, and it's not a knock, but, you know, the Usos, they got the red hair, you know, they got the red tips in their hair. Oh, I noticed, like, damn. Them dudes need better hair dye because their dye is bleeding onto their shirts. Like, seriously. It was just like, damn. Didn't like that. I thought that was shoddy. But Riddle wound up, so how the match came to an end, Randy made a blind tag when one of the Usos didn't notice, knocked Riddle down, went to go for the Superfly Splash. As he's in midair, Randy, right out of nowhere, boom, popped an RKO. 1, 2, 3, and your winners, Riddle and Randy Orton. So now we come to the Women's Survivor Series match, which is Bianca Belair, Carmella, Queen Zelina, Liv Morgan, and Rhea Ripley. Whew. Whew. As if I didn't need heart medicine already. Going against Natayla, Shayna Baszler, Toni Storm, Shotzi, and Sasha Banks. Definitely going to need the heart pills for this one again to go over while reviewing this one. Decent match. I dug it. Carmella was the first one to get knocked out. Then Zelina. There was a lot of action going on in this. I dug it. Toni wound up getting taken out, which kind of felt like a little bit of a bummer because, I mean, it's not like she was quick to be eliminated, but I was kind of hoping she would be like one of the last to be eliminated. Liv Morgan eventually got taken out, then Rhea. Sasha actually got counted out, and it was interesting because first Shotzi pulled her down to keep her from getting into the ring because, you know, them two are going at it a little. With the, oh my God, how can they coexist if they're working together? How can they coexist if they don't like each other? Kind of thing. Yeah, that's normal when it comes to Survivor Series. But given that Sasha, you know, how she runs her mouth saying she's this, she's that, and all that jazz, everyone else just like, no, hold your brakes there. Hold your brakes there, sugar tits. You ain't coming through. And they let her get counted out, and then they were like, bye-bye. Go, shoot, fly. Don't bother me. So yeah, and then Natalya got knocked. So it was Bianca Belair down to the last 3. She took it, and I say 3 because they tried to emphasize it, because the commentators emphasized it was 1 against 4, but given that Sasha got counted out, you can't really make that argument. But she took out Natalya, then Shayna, and then nice bit of action between Bianca and Shotzi. She eventually hit the KOD on Shotzi, got the 1, 2, 3. So your winner and sole survivor, Bianca Belair. Congrats to her. So now we come to main event of the night. Big E, Roman Reigns, World Heavyweight Champion against Universal Heavyweight Champion. That is a whole lot of slapping meat action going on right here. And man, we had really good start. Roman grounding Big E, trying to keep him down, not wanting to let him get up and move. Both guys went all out on this. There was a lot of good action. Saw Roman working on Big E's knee at one point. You know, I will say this. For one thing I would be petrified on with Big E, the fact that he is able to do a standing stretch muffler on someone, especially somebody about Roman's size and weight, just like, that dude is scary strong. I don't want to piss him off. Yeah. It was, but damn good match. I dug the shit out of it. It came to an end. Roman wound up popping a spear. 1, 2, 3. So your winner, and still the tribal chief and to be acknowledged, Roman Reigns. And honestly, I can't say I was really disappointed with this year's Survivor Series. You know, I mean, if you had to give a downer on it, I had to say the Battle Royal, but yeah. So, that is it. So, folks, that is it for this week's show. So, thank you to my executive producer, Ali Ray Ben, who did provide the music for this week's show. Make sure y'all check it out. It's on iTunes, Spotify, YouTube, SoundCloud, all that good shit. Details are down below. Also, thank you to contributor of the show, LFC Lingerie Fighting Championship. There are a little bit of wrestling, a little bit of MMA, and a whole lot of attractive women wearing a little bit of nothing. Also, folks, don't forget to follow me on the Twitter at TimVicious. Also, make sure, like I said, like the video, subscribe to the channel, watch some of the other episodes when you can. And don't forget to follow these cool ass cats right here on the Twitter. Kenny Killer DSB_IV, Diabolica RA, Sergeant Curry Pants and Dubs in your face. And folks, like I always tell y'all, you love me great, you hate me. Fuck yous.